Yeah, you guys are idiots, bro. Yo, you guys are some damn fools, and I love it. What's good, everybody? Wait a minute. What's this announcement about? Wait. I'ma miss it, Elijah says. Dang, you quit being a Knicks fan? Unfortunately, not, Bruce. Don't tell me you got your girl knocked up. No, that's not it either. Hello, what's good, Bruce? Pookie is out of pocket, I know. Oh man, what's good? How's everybody doing, man? Happy Monday. How's everybody's weekend, man? How's everybody doing out there? We do got an announcement today. I wish it was a little bit of a better announcement, honestly, but I gotta make an announcement nonetheless. Oh shit, who's in here right now? Who's in here? Derpy, Bruce. I guess Elijah had to bounce out real quick. He probably got a flight he got to go to or something. I still can't get over every time Elijah say he got to fly. He's the one that be flying. It just blows my mind. You don't have to pay child support. No, sir. Nope. That's not in my cards. That ain't in my cards, man. Well, let's get into it while we got a couple of y'all in here right now. I haven't been able to do shit. If you notice behind me, everything is gone. It looks like I got fucking robbed. Black Canadian was good. And honestly, this is probably awful timing, but it is what it is. It's probably really awful timing right now. The NBA season literally starts tomorrow. So that part of this is just not ideal at all. But we are moving. Everything here. We got look, man, we got boxes. Oh, you can't even see this, but we got boxes everywhere. We're moving, y'all. I'm not gonna disclose where we're moving, but we are moving. We are in the middle of packing. Let me tell you, brother, we have been procrastinating on packing for so fucking long, and then all of a sudden we got to move already. So the announcement is I will not be here for the next. I'm trying to figure out the timeline again, but it's gonna be at least like 2.5 weeks. We're gonna be in our new place by November 2nd. Our things won't get there until like 2-3 days after that. So I won't be able to have my setup until probably like the 5th or the 6th or something like that. So that's when I'm planning on doing a live again. As soon as I have everything up, that's gonna be the first thing. My PC is coming in the car with me. Um, but everything else, monitors, we got to go get a new desk. All of that shit, we got to go figure all of that out. So we are moving. I did not get robbed. I did not get robbed. Thankfully, I did not get robbed. Oh my God. Why can't the Knicks move instead of you? Boo. That's love, dog. That's love. Definitely out of NY. That state and city are dumb. I love New York. I really do love New York, but hey, I haven't been in New York this whole time. From New York, I haven't been in New York this whole time. I'm not one of those that be just telling everybody where the fuck I am all the time. So, I don't know if any of y'all have figured it out where I've been living this whole time, but we'll see if y'all can figure out where I'm living next. So that'll be the fun game that we could play for indefinitely. But yeah, we are moving. I'll come back live probably like the 5th or the 6th or some along one of those days, but it'll definitely be like the first week of November. I will be back, but we got to move all of our shit. I got to drive. Welcome to Florida, brother. No, not Florida, brother. Florida, at least it's not Texas. Have fun with the prices. Why are you moving? I think this city's just kind of ran its course. I think the city has ran its course. My girlfriend and I, we've talked a lot about wanting to move from city to city. And so we had a plan, we had a timeline when we moved over here, and it's kind of just ran its course. And we both want to see what it's like living in different cities before we really settle down. Like we both love New York. We both love New York. We cannot afford New York if I'm keeping it a buck. Like, we love New York. But, you know, like I said, we just want to see all the different places that we could move to. Hey, man, listen, there was a couple years ago, I really wanted to go to San Diego. Maybe it'll happen one day. We'll see. But we did a trip to San Diego one time. I fucking love San Diego. San Diego was awesome. But it's fun. I'm super excited. Outside of the stressful part of like packing your shit and actually moving, outside of that, I'm super excited. I'm super excited to go to a new place. Jay, what's good with you, bro? Salute, what's good? RC, what's good? I know you just joined the family, brother. But just if you just joined and missed it, I am moving right now. I'm in the process of moving right now. So, I will be a dog. We haven't been able to watch shit. Listen, I'm telling you right now, when we are so behind in packing, I got like a couple days to pack all of this shit. We've been packing all weekend. I haven't done a fucking thing. I've woken up. This morning I woke up and I think I had a box in my hand, bro. I woke up and there was a packing box in my fucking hand. I'm over this packing shit. Y'all ever seen that movie Click with Adam Sandler with the universal remote controller? I was telling my girl, I'm like, yo, we need to get one of those so we could just skip this shit. I need to physically skip this shit. Friday, see, I didn't get a chance to tune in Friday. I'm telling you, like, bro, I've been so jam-packed. I didn't even get to go live Friday. We are so packed, like we're just literally packing, and then we have to keep buying shit too in order to pack. It's been a whole thing, bro. It's been a whole thing. We've been on and off the phone with the moving company. It's been a lot. It's been a lot. I'm tired. I'm tired, man. Honestly, bro, the only thing I've thought about recently when it comes to basketball is these fucking Warriors, man. That's the only thing I've thought about, because what's good with these guys, man? I know I was talking about how I think this team is gonna be pretty good, but the more I think about it, I don't know, man. The more I think about it, I don't know. And by the way, too, The next team we face is ads, so we're gonna be 10-0. That hasn't happened since '09. That's fire. That's really heat. I love that for y'all, man. That's crazy. Brother, I'm gonna have no TV for like a week, man. It's gonna suck. I did want to bring this up because they're making a big deal out of this. Pack everything up behind you except for the one playing in a bottle of water. The rest of that ish gotta get packed up. Nah, yeah, everything. I'm gonna have a new setup for my sneakers, so I'm actually getting rid of this. I'm not using the same wall shelving anymore. We are getting rid of a lot of stuff as well too, because we don't want to bring all of that shit. A bunch of our furniture is like IKEA and Amazon shit when we first moved over here. So honestly, the chances of that making a trip, you know, is probably pretty low. So we'll just go get some new furniture. But they're making a big deal out of this shit today, man. They keep making a big deal out of, where is this? We'll talk a little bit of hoops today. Everything won't be about moving today. But here. What y'all think about this? Apparently, Kevin Durant is going to be the shooting guard. And this team is 6'7", 6'11", 6'11", 6'11", and 6'11". And, like, I can't help but notice, right? I can't help but notice that a certain someone had made these claims before. That there was a certain someone that's said for probably close to 2 years now on an actual video that there will be a team that will have a bunch of 7-footers in their starting lineup, and the shortest player being about 6'7". Like, this was a real thing that, you know, someone had said. Someone had said before, and it's coming to fruition. It's turning to, you know, it's becoming reality, right? It's becoming reality. And you know, I think it's one of those things that's just inevitable. Everyone's becoming so skilled. Everyone is so talented. And if you have the choice between a 6'2", 6'3" point guard or a 6'7", 6'8" point guard, 9 times out of 10, before you choose that 6'2", 6'3" point guard, that you are going to choose the 6'7", 6'8" point guard, because height rules, especially in the NBA. And so, I knew before the start of last season the Pistons would make the playoffs. My mishap was failing to make receipts of it, but I was sure they would go from worst to playoffs, and they did. And you know, I think that's part of being in this field, right? Is a part of being in this industry. You're gonna shoot shit at a wall, and hey, sometimes things won't stick, but at other times things do. And so, let's see. Let me find this real quick. Let's see. It's not this one. It's not this video. Is it the next video? Let me see. Where the fuck is this? Playlists. Is it not in here? What the fuck? Am I tripping? Hold on. Let me try to find this real quick for y'all, because I do think this is important. Here. Here. Let's see. What did you say? How did I know? I knew that they got a good head coach in Bernie Bickerstaff, and I also knew that Cade Cunningham, if he was healthy, would be a different maker. Turns out I was right. So I had posted this video a year ago, February 13, 2024. I wondered, did big man disappear from the NBA? So let's take a listen at this really quickly. And appropriate, because what I envision is a team where their smallest player is going to be 6'8", who might not even be their point guard. The funny thing is, it's almost happened already.
Oh, you almost had it. You gotta be quicker than that.
Back in 2017, the Philadelphia 76ers had the #1 pick in a very good draft class. As we know now, Markelle Fultz went first to the Sixers, Lonzo Ball second to the Lakers, and Jason Tatum went third to the Celtics. The 76ers were one decision away from having 3 All-Stars that are basically 7 feet. Because they already had Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons, who's now listed at 6'11", and Jason Tatum is basically 6'10", meaning they were so close to creating this tall ball lineup where you have talented, versatile big men playing all the positions. Their lineup, had they acquired Tobias Harris, could have been Ben Simmons, JJ Redick, Jason Tatum, Tobias Harris, and Joel Embiid, which I have to say. So, I think being right is only a fraction of this. Right? And I really do think that going through this process of trying to make it in this industry, right? Being right is only half the battle. Right, especially in an industry where a lot of people, if we call it what it is, they're right about a lot of things, right? I think wait a second, is that real? Is KD really about to play shooting guard at age 38, bro? He gonna get burned on the. He better play the 4 dog. Honestly, I don't even love him at the 4 either. I get it, but I don't particularly love it. And ultimately, I mean, they're not going to be able to guard him at the 2 guard, right? It's a double-edged sword, right? Is he going to be able to score enough to offset his lack of defense, right? But I think that this really is a sign of a shift in the NBA, right? We have already seen with Russell Westbrook, Steph Curry, Damian Lillard, Kyrie Irving, and the list goes on. And now we have Luka, Shea, Cade Cunningham. The point guard position is so far from what it was with Steve Nash, Jason Kidd, and so on and so forth, right? And if the Houston Rockets can have success with Amen Thompson at the point guard position, I genuinely think that this will effectively cut out the pure point guard for the foreseeable future. If the Houston Rockets have success with Amen Thompson at the point guard position, this will mark the beginning of the end for the traditional point guard in the foreseeable future. Now, will they be totally gone? I do not believe that. Because Jokic averages a ton of assists. Jason Tatum gets a pretty good amount of assists. Like, there are still players who play these hybrid roles, who are point guard / forward or a point / center, where guys are still averaging 9 assists a game, right? And so I think when we look at the media, the narrative will be, oh my God, the point guards are gone. Oh my God, there's no more point guards. You could just put a defender at the point that's 6'7", and everyone just kind of passes the basketball around, right? And I think it's funny, right? I think it's funny because if you look throughout the history of the game, the history of basketball in the NBA, pure point guards weren't really necessary. There were very few scenarios where you had a pure point guard on your team and that guy was the catalyst, the go-to guy that won your team the championship. Everyone goes to Magic Johnson. That was the 80s. Right? Chauncey Billups was probably the next one in terms of pure point guard, and Isaiah Thomas, but even he was more of a scoring guard as well too. And then after Chauncey, Tony Parker is a scoring guard. Steph Curry is a scoring guard. This idea that you need a pass-first point guard to win a championship has been proven wrong time and again in the history of the game. And we've discussed a number of things when it comes to the NBA. It's a copycat league, meaning teams will copy whatever is successful, aka whatever team wins the championship. Right? And so if Amen Thompson can have success with the Houston Rockets, I think it will further push that narrative and push out the traditional point guards that we think of, even though there's already very few of them in the league, right? If we're being honest, there's already very few of them as we speak. And so, I mean, the guy that's considered the best point guard of all time in Steph Curry, at least in recent memory, at least recently, right? A lot of people have been leaning towards that. Averages 6 assists and 3 turnovers a game. And that's no disrespect to Steph Curry and what he's able to do. But that ratio is just so far from what it used to be to pass the basketball and not turn the ball over and set everyone up. Now the point guard is the one dribbling the ball up and can be the point of attack, right? Because that person can essentially really pull the defense away from the basket, right? Doing high pick and rolls and whatever. If you could break your guy down, now everybody's in scramble mode. Don't forget Rajon Rondo. Yeah, but he was never the MVP on a finals team, right? We're talking about championships. He was a crucial part of that team, right? But he wasn't the best player, right? Excuse me. And I love Rondo. I think Rondo is a fantastic player. And I think players like him, the pass first kind of guy, I think those guys will still be around. They'll still make their way on teams. But again, I think the narrative will kind of push them out. Got a question. You have to start your franchise with one guy. Who do you start your team with? Jokic, Giannis, Tim Duncan, or Shaq? I think this is a little bit unfair to Jokic and Giannis, right? I think it's a little bit unfair for Jokic and Giannis, because we haven't seen their careers play out versus Tim Duncan or Shaq. But I personally would say Shaq. I would personally say Shaq. And it's for 2 reasons, right? It's for 2 reasons. Shaq got 4 championships also, right? Shaq also found his way to 4 championships. 3 of them were consecutive, right? He got a 3-peat on the Lakers. And, Tracy McGrady says, if you could have switched me and Kobe, like I could have won. But the real reason he says that is because of Shaq. Right? Shaq is the main reason why he said that. The other part in it for me is Shaq is blockbuster, right? You could sell his personality, his jerseys. He's a lovable guy. So you cover all bases with Shaq. You get winning, you get championships, and you have the marketability, right? So if I'm a franchise, right, I need both of those things. We need wins, we need championships, but we also need someone that we can market and sell to our consumers. So for me, Shaq would be the easy answer. And then we can get into the dominant, unstoppable, yada yada yada. Yeah, I'm going Shaq. I'm going Shaq for sure. And hey, listen, if Jokic could end up getting more championships, Giannis could end up getting more championships. They are great players in their own right. But I think Shaq is the only player out of those four that checks off the winning / championship side and the marketability and the sales side. So I think I would go with Shaq. I did want to talk about the Warriors, actually. I wanted to talk about the Warriors because a lot's been made about this team and Steph Curry and whether or not they could win another championship, right? That's a running conversation. And I truly think that Steph it's one or two when it comes to the point guard position all time. Whatever your preference is, whatever you like, I think that's where it really comes down to, right? But I think this organization fucked up. The Golden State Warriors are making the same mistake that I have accused the rest of the NBA to have been making because of the Warriors. And what I mean by that is this. The Golden State Warriors on their run had Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, and then eventually Kevin Durant, right? And everyone talked about the amount of threes that they shot, even though I there was a lot more to that team than just shooting threes. And then other teams tried to adopt that same style of play, right? The Rockets and so on and so forth, right? All of these other teams are trying to shoot a bunch of three-pointers like the Warriors were doing. And it hasn't worked out, right? Except for maybe the Boston Celtics, right? And so the mistake that a lot of these teams made was to copy a style of play when they didn't have the personnel. When you look at the Warriors today, they are still trying to play like the Warriors of old when even they don't have the personnel anymore. I saw, I don't know why T-Mac said that he may have a point, but Shaq didn't get, wait, what does that say? A Buko ring playing with Penny either, LOL. T-Mac was a scorer, Kobe was too, but Kobe sacrificed to win with Shaq. Yeah, but the Shaq and Penny point, that was a young Shaquille O'Neal. That was like a second year Shaq. Right, inexperienced, like he had a lot to learn when it came to winning, right? So I think that had a lot to do with it. And then who's to say that T-Mac couldn't have sacrificed with Shaq? Who knows? But could they have won a ring, like at least one together? I think it's very possible because I think that's how good T-Mac was. But we'll never know. And, to go back to the Warriors, right? I seen a post. What was it? Let me scroll through Shams. Let me go through Shams' thing because I think it was on his. Let me see. Let me try to find it. He had something about Moses Moody. Let me see what this says. There's something he said about Moody. Where can we find this? Scroll. Excuse me. Well, the report was, right? The report was that they're looking for Moses Moody to fill the Andrew Wiggins role. Disconnected. It needs to reconnect. Okay, cool. The reason why the Warriors were so successful, right? The reason they had so much success is because, not just because of Steph Curry, but because there was another guy there that created a lot of chaos and had a lot of gravity to him. And that was Klay Thompson. Right? Klay Thompson, on his quote unquote bad season with the Warriors, right, averaged 17.9 points and shot 38.7% from the three-point line. Podziemski, on the 2 years he's had with the Warriors, is averaging 10.4 on 37.8% shooting from the field, from three. The issue with this team is they don't have the same roster that they had before. You don't have a 40% shooter that averages up to 22, 23 points per game. You don't have that luxury anymore as a running mate with Steph Curry. That is massive. Draymond Green, as good as he still is, and we saw him, do a great job of really stopping Giannis in a later game against the Bucks. But he's not the same player that he used to be. And so, when you think about the fact that this team, obviously they don't have Kevin Durant, and it's very hard to find a Kevin Durant. You guys got rid of Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green is getting older. Oh, and by the way, we don't even have to look at the bench, right? The bench is, they don't have a Sean Livingston. They don't have a Leandro Barbosa. They don't have a Andre Iguodala, a Mo Spades. They don't have any of that anymore. And so the Warriors are doing the same thing that every other team did after they won their championships. They are trying to mimic the play style of the Warriors without the same personnel. Realistically, when they got rid of Jordan Poole and when they were thinking of getting rid of Klay Thompson, this team had to shift. This team had to shift their play style. Because there's just no one on this roster that could do what Klay Thompson did. There's no one on this roster that could do what Draymond Green did. The only person that is still the same is Steph Curry. And guess what? As good as Steph Curry is and was, when he's out there by himself, he's going to have a really hard fucking time. And so, maybe it's ego. Maybe it's a resistance to change. Maybe they think it's too far gone, too late to make a massive shift in style of play. Whatever their reasoning is, they failed to adjust their team based on the roster that they have. And that has seriously hurt them over the last couple of years. They played great down the stretch last season. It took everything out of this team. Everything. That style of play was just not sustainable because they don't have shooters and they don't have as many shot makers. They're talking about Kuminga this, Kuminga that. The reason why they haven't been able to add him into the fold is because Steve Kerr hasn't coached a different style. And so making this athletic wing player be more of a focal point than he was before, that's just never been Steve Kerr's style. And there isn't nearly as much spacing on the floor because you don't have a Klay Thompson that's averaging 21 and shooting 40+% from three. So, and the irony is, right, this is the ironic part. This is the ironic part. Buddy Hield and Podziemski, right? 11.7 and 11.1 last season. Buddy Hield shot 37% from the field. Podziemski shot 37.2. Klay Thompson still averaged more than them last season, which was considered a terrible year. 14 on 39.1% shooting from three. That season is considered awful for him. And it was still better than his replacements. So I do wonder how good the Warriors could be. Right? Can they sustain this? If you tell me that Buddy Hield or Podziemski is about to average 20 points a game on 40% shooting from three, hey, you got me then. Until I see that, I just can't see a way for this team to compete the way that they've been doing in years prior. And maybe they still have a very good season, make the playoffs and whatnot, but I think it'll still be a struggle in the playoffs. I think teams will figure them out. Jimmy's another year older. Draymond's another year older. As good as Steph is going to be, he's also another year older. And the rest of these teams are coming. Like, they are on their way. There's a video of Anthony Edwards after practice. Not a single soul there, but him and a coach getting shots up. Jokic has been unbelievable. The Thunder, unbelievable. There are just a number of teams that, hell, if Luka decides to have a ungodly series, I don't know what the hell the Warriors could do to try to offset what he could potentially do in a 7-game series. I think Luka's that good. I think Luka is good enough to single-handedly win a series on his own. I just really think he's that good. Where you can't do shit about it. It don't even matter who's out there with him. It don't even matter. And so, the more I think about it, the lower I put the Warriors on this list, because they're stuck in a style of play that was in 2017, 18, 19, and they don't have any semblance of that roster anymore. So, can they recreate that style of play? No, because they just don't have the pieces. Sorry, y'all. Let's see, moving right along, because let me see what else we got to discuss over here. Dyson Daniels just got signed. Excuse me, 4 years, $100 million rookie contract. It's so funny, right? It's so funny to me. All of these scoring players were trying to get $25 to $30 million a year, yapping about it. Kuminga, Cam Thomas recently, right? All of these guys were trying to position themselves for this contract, and here comes the defensive guy that goes and gets the deal, hasn't said a word to anybody. Christian Brown just reached a 5-year, $125 million extension. Sheesh. So, you know, you're seeing these utility guys who you could pair with great players are the ones getting contracts. Because I'm sure people are looking at Cam Thomas like, can you coexist with another superstar player? Will you be able to play an efficient style of basketball while being next to that guy? Jonathan Kuminga, by all accounts, from the Warriors, from the team and the coach that he played for, he can't coexist with another star player. So what we're seeing is the value for these guys that could play defense, knock down some shots, you know, play a role on this on a team. They're getting paid. Right? If you have an ability to stand next to a superstar player and produce and politic and be a part of that team, you will get paid. And so, and I don't think I finished my thought the other day on Cam Thomas. He really is looking like a sixth man of the year kind of role, like a Jamal Crawford, like a Lou Williams. Like, you can get your 18 in 18 minutes off the bench, right? But that also takes a level of efficiency that I don't think he has. So if the Nets don't give him a massive contract and he ends up going to another team, what could potentially happen? He's going to get lowballed. He's going to get reduced, you know, opportunities. It's not looking good for him, right? And so we'll see what happens to the league moving forward, but it really does feel like there is a massive shift going on in the NBA still. I mean, there's just so many games to like even. Let's see. See tomorrow night, Rockets Thunder. I feel like the Rockets win that. Warriors Lakers. I want to say the Warriors win that, but I feel like the Lakers win that game tomorrow night. And then we got a whole bunch of games the following day. So some early predictions. I got Luka as MVP. I think he's gonna average 35 a game this year. I mean, LeBron's about to miss some games. He's been playing since over the summer. So I'm expecting some big games early for Luka. So even if it kind of, you know, he has some games that aren't as big in the middle or in the end of the season, I think this early part of the season will make up for that. Defensive player of the year goes to Wemby. Scoring title, like I said, Luka. Steals, Dyson Daniels. Blocks, I don't know who's leading the. Oh, Wemby. Wemby blocks. So MVP Luka, DPOY Wemby, scoring title Luka, blocks Wemby, steals Dyson Daniels, or like a Ant-Man might win that one. I think low-key he'll be up there in that statistic. The best record in the league will go to the Oklahoma City Thunder. Second will be the Nuggets, and then followed by either Cleveland or the Knicks. I think that's where I have the top four in terms of wins losses, right? And the most wins in this year. Sixth man of the year. It's not going to be paying. Jordan Clarkson, sixth man of the year. You could book that. But again, I know it's a little bit of a short stream today, and I'm gonna miss y'all because, like I said, we gonna be out of here for probably like a good 2.5 weeks. We're packing all of our stuff up. We're gonna be in an empty apartment for a week, and then we drive to our new place. And then obviously when we get there, we gotta wait for our shit to come in. So let me look at the calendar actually really quickly. No, I don't. Actually, I don't want to fucking do this. Let me see. So we're really looking at like November 5, 6, or 7. One of those days we will be back live in a new place. Hopefully it's 5 or 6. That's what I'm aiming for right now. But by that week, we will be back on live. So right now that is a week. That's one. So we're looking at roughly two weeks and a couple days before we're back on live. I know it sucks. The season is starting. I'm not even going to be able to watch games after Wednesday or Thursday of this week. So I'll be on my phone having to watch all these games. So we'll see what happens with that, man. But it's a hectic time right now. I can't wait to get back on live and start talking hoops again. But until then, I hope everyone has a fabulous couple weeks. Whatever y'all are getting into, whatever y'all are doing, I hope y'all have a great time. Enjoy. I'll see y'all in like 2 weeks, man. Y'all are the fucking best. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all always show so much love. Thank you guys, man. Thank you guys. Thank you. I wouldn't be going live if it weren't for you guys. But so I really appreciate you guys for that. So before I get out of here, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you have not done so already. So thank you guys so much, man. Y'all could have been anywhere on the internet, but y'all were here with me, and I appreciate y'all so much. Love you too, Black Canadian. Go Blue Jays. Yo, we gotta do more Discords when I'm in the new spot. We'll do Discord. We'll just do some bullshitting on Discord, but I'll get back to it, man. I'll see y'all. Y'all have a great couple weeks, man. It's always a pleasure. I'll see y'all later.